Thanks to Henry Ford and his assembly line in 1913, America entered a new era in the 1920s, the new era of the car and easier transportation. Transportation changes so much stuff in the 1920s, and it's going to, in the 1950s, after World War II, take on an entirely different level. During the 1920s, we can see that if you could afford a car, it opened up a number of different things for you. First of all, you could live further away from work. So the idea of a working city is radically changed in the 1920s. If you can buy a car, or there's also streetcars available, subways, and all this, you can live further away from work, meaning that the people that move away from work are the ones that have the better jobs, that can afford to buy cars and to take public transportation rather than walk. So we start to see early suburbs start to form, where the wealthier people are moving away from the poor people living in the cities. This becomes a have versus have-nots issue. We can also see that in the countryside, in rural areas, the standard calls them country folk, the country folk can ease their isolation because you can get in a car and go visit your neighbors now rather than a full day's journey to go see your neighbors. It might be a 20-minute trip. It eases the isolation. It also provides a way around the railroads because you can put your crops on a truck now and take it to market yourself. These cars and trucks provide whole new patterns of living for the people that can afford them. There's also different dating patterns, which causes a lot of social tensions later on. More conservative people in the era thought that dating should be done in large groups or at the home, but now with a car, teenagers were able to have more alone time, sneaking off by themselves. One judge called cars houses of prostitution on wheels. There's a social tension that comes with cars as well, in addition to the economic changes and the demographic changes.